Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines comes to you compliments Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
Freedom is driven to pursue that passion that keeps you up at night and makes you smile in your sleep. Freedom is bold to embrace the possibilities that can open up your world and conquer new heights. Freedom is fabulous, with bits and pieces that enhance the quality of your life. Freedom is what you do with the flexibility to change path or direction when you need to. Freedom breeds ambition and purpose while having loads of fun along the way. But most of all, freedom is well-deserved for the road traveled and the journey still to come. Unleash your freedom with Nexa Credit Union. Offer ends August 31st, 2023. Call us on 440-1354 or visit our website to pre-apply. Apply now. Freedom awaits.
From GBN, this is Network News for Friday, July 14, 2023. In the headlines, collapsed dilapidated building causes traffic buildup on the Carenage. National Carnival Queen Pageant Committee Chair resigns with immediate effect amid preparations for staging the event on August 6. Police investigating another suspected homicide in Telescope St. Andrew. Health officials say no suspected or confirmed cases of monkeypox detected in Grenada. Also in the broadcast, regionally, Guyana's Education Ministry aims to prevent overcrowding in schools. Internationally, NATO summit ends amid division and opposition. Plus in the sports news, Team Grenada is off to NACAC Championships. We'll be back right after these words.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Soft Weave Bathroom Tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue, available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Good evening, I'm Kenroy Baptiste. It was a close call for a sales truck today. Moments after it drove through an area, an abandoned, dilapidated building collapsed, undermining a portion of the road. This happened at about 3 o'clock this afternoon, causing obstruction to the flow of traffic as debris was deposited onto the road on Blaze Street. The moment was captured on camera by a passerby. Oh, goodness. GBN spoke with Minister for Mobilization, Implementation and Transformation, Andy Williams, who was on the scene to assess the damage there.
Basically, I got a call from Mr. Bailey about this part of the road, and immediately I came onto the scene together with the Ministry of Infrastructure. We have the engineers from the Ministry of Infrastructure, and we came to look and see exactly what happened. When we came, we saw the road was undermined, and we saw part of the structure was broken down into the road. So as we speak now, the engineers are looking at it. We have called a contractor to help remediate the situation and stabilize the situation. So we will block off the traffic soon because we want to do some work to stabilize it, and we are going to divert the traffic to the upper part of this road. And so because we know we have some heavy rains coming, and we really want to stabilize it before anything gets worse.
Now, this story. Siobhan Lloyd, chair of the National Carnival Queen Pageant Committee for Spice Mass 2023 and member of Spice Mass Board, confirmed to GBN on Friday that she resigned with immediate effect from Spice Mass Corporation on Thursday. Lloyd's stint with Spice Mass started in February 2023. While she did not disclose the reason for her resignation, it is alleged that her resignation comes against the backdrop of heavy political interference in the lead-up to staging the event on August 6. It is further alleged that Ms. Lloyd has been facing increased pressure because of the political affiliation of some members on her team. GBN attempted to get a response from executive members of Spice Mass Corporation on the issue, but was unsuccessful. We'll bring you more on this development as information unfolds. Well, as Grenada gets closer to the peak of the carnival season, various carnival organizations and the different parishes are rolling out activities for the festive season. My colleague Renaped Thomas tells us more.
Last Sunday, Carnival was officially launched in St. Andrew, and more events are expected to showcase the culture within the parish. Public Relations Officer of the St. Andrew Carnival Development Committee, Maggie Still, says over the next few weeks, several events will take place leading up to the Carnival Monday and Tuesday.
Well, we're looking to do big things for a big parish, but again, we're looking for the support from the business sector. Once we get that support, then big things will happen definitely in the big parish. For the Juve part of it, we have a number of villages. It has been extended, and we have Lafayette, which is always there.
Yeah, Messi and the guys with the Jab.
Yeah, definitely.
I think they had the Jab launch Sunday or something. Sunday going last Sunday.
Sunday coming will be Munich Jab launch as well. SAB, usually comes down. So the villages and them put together and they come to at this time Jab band. We're trying to revive the Soca Monarch. It's been a while, years now. The last time we had that was when Mr. Mignon Dean was the president. Mm-hmm. That's a few years back. We're trying to revive that competition. I have one or two persons who are interested, but again, we're looking for the support from the business sector.
Steele says financial support from the corporate family is one of the challenges faced in ensuring that the events are a success. A Kiddies Queen show at the Deluxe Cinema on July 22nd is one of the activities planned, and she encouraged everyone to come out.
To our St. Andrew's patrons, as well as those beyond the parish, to come out and support our Kiddies Queen show. That will be next week, Saturday, that's the 22nd. At the Deluxe Cinema. It's $15 for adults, $5 for children. Bring the children to see the young little ladies, how brave they are. Because it's not easy to face the stage at that kind of age.
Yeah,
it's a start for them. Come out, let's support the children. People just always talk about we're not doing anything for the kids, we're not supporting the kids, but when you do something, they're not coming up to support. So we ask the patrons to come out and support the young ones, show them your love. Price is reasonable. It's only $15 adults, $5 children, and we also have a new event, something that we're doing for the first time this year, which is a youth DJ Clash. Yes. We're inviting persons to come out and support those events. In the youth DJ Clash, it's all about just using our local music, soca only, and so it's so nice that we have two female in the mix.
Okay.
Yeah, two young ladies in the mix.
Renaped Thomas, GBN News.
Other news, no suspected or confirmed cases of monkeypox detected in Grenada, Carriacou, or Petit Martinique. Christina John reports.
While monkeypox has not reached our shores, health officials are cautioning that prevention is key. Grenada's Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Sean Charles, is appealing to the public to be vigilant and practice good hygiene. The surveillance unit of the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Religious Affairs notes that it is aware of and is closely monitoring the first reported confirmed case of the monkeypox virus in Trinidad and Tobago. The case was confirmed on Tuesday Friday, July 12th, by Ministry of Health of Trinidad and Tobago, which explained that contact tracing procedures were initiated as per its response protocols. According to the CAMO, to date, there are no suspected or confirmed cases detected in Grenada, Carriacou, or Petite Martinique, and so there is no need for alarm. The ministry reminds the general public that the monkeypox, like the COVID-19 virus, continues to circulate worldwide, and as a result, individuals ought to be vigilant and proactive. Dr. Charles encourages everyone to practice physical distancing, wash and sanitize hands often, wear a mask when in the company of individuals from different households. Further guidance for monkeypox includes avoiding contact with people with skin lesions, including with their clothing and bedding, especially as the carnival festive season approaches. The monkeypox virus is a member of the orthopox virus genus. It can be transmitted to humans through close contact with an infected person or animal, or with contaminated materials such as bedding. It is also transmitted from one person to another by close contact with lesions, body fluids, and respiratory droplets. The main symptoms of monkeypox are fever, rash, and swollen lymph nodes. Christina John, GBN News.
We're reporting the day's news. Still to come from us, another suspected homicide in Telescope St. Andrew. This is GBN.
When I need shelter, warmth, security, I know you'll be there. Something in these moments lets me know you care. Maybe the way you shield me, maybe it's your smiles, and the way you tell me it's okay to try. Now I'm invincible, I can back my sack, I can take the long road. 'Cause it's okay to look back if I am scared. I know you're there. Arise, together there's no limit to what we can do. Arise, with no wings, fly. Arise, and we're so high, enjoy the view.
This is Ariza, your financial freedom, your future.
My name is Alimaka Motley. I've been here doing nails since 2017. Me being self-employed, I have realized that paying the NIS benefits me now and even when I retire. By the time I'm 65, I will be receiving contributions back from NIS. So I benefit because I'm self-employed. Anything can happen. If anything happens to you while you're at work, you've got a bad cold, you have the COVID, you have dengue, we have all these diseases that's plaguing us at the moment. NIS will be giving you back some form of money when you're ill. So I would encourage all small business persons to sign up with NIS now.
Why pay full price for your mobile when you can pay half? Just bundle your home internet and mobile services with Flow and save 50% on your mobile bill. That's money in your pockets every month. Plus now you get free YouTube and WhatsApp data. And you can share your plan with up to 3 other numbers. Upgrade now and get a free smartphone. Switch and keep your number. Learn more at discoverflow.co.
Attention all parents and kids, get ready for an epic day of fun and excitement at the highly anticipated POW Kids Fest. On July 22nd at 1 p.m. at the Moon Rouge playing field, we have an incredible lineup of activities, mini vehicles, bouncy castles, and more. Watch their faces light up as they bounce, slide, and play to their heart's content. But that's not all. There will be a live concert and free giveaways, including Amazon Fire Sticks and a flat screen TV. That's right, eats and drinks on sale. This incredible event is absolutely free. That's right, folks, admission is on us. Bring your family, bring your friends, and join us for an unforgettable day of laughter, smiles, and cherished moments. See you there. This ad is sponsored by 92.5 FM, Modern Photo Studios, Maitland's Trucking Services, Nixon's Electrical, Boss FM, GBN, and Wagedy Rental and Sound.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think a Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Apply for a Home Easy Loan today for a chance to win a cash prize. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Terms and conditions apply.
Well, what do you know? The NLA is giving you an additional chance at winning in its Crazy Cash Second Chance Parish Giveaway. Yes! Starting June 10th, enter your non-winning Daily Cash 4, Daily Pick 3, or Playway tickets valued at $12 or more in a single purchase for a chance to win over $25,000 in cash. Be sure to write your name, address, and contact info on your entries before dropping them in the NLA branded box at your favorite authorized agent. Draws will be conducted every Friday starting June 23rd to July 21st, 2023 for every parish. That's a total of 105 draws of $250 each. Promotion ends July 14th, 2023. Must be 18 or older to participate. Other terms and conditions apply. NLA, making your dreams come true.
What powers my smile? The sun. And it does a whole lot more. Through programs of the PURC, I use the sun to produce my own electricity. So can you, using the sun and other sources of renewable energy. Sign up today at PURC.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think a Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Apply for a Home Easy Loan today for a chance to win a cash prize. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Terms and conditions apply.
Rebecca Television Center, another family has been plunged into mourning following the discovery of the body of a male relative on Friday. The body of a man identified as Kendon Berkeley, a teacher at a primary school in St. Andrew, was found in his dwelling home sometime after 4 o'clock this afternoon. Preliminary reports saw that Berkeley bore chop wounds about his body. Police responded to the reports and an investigation has been launched into the incident. GBN will bring you more details as the story unfolds. The Kellen Andrew murder trial is drawing close to a conclusion. Andrew, a resident of Lamothe St. George, is on trial for non-capital murder in connection with the March 2019 stabbing death of Floyd Olive, a 35-year-old painter who resided in the same community. Nisha Paul has this update.
The prosecution and defense teams have concluded their arguments in the Kellon Andrew murder trial, which commenced at the St. George's No. 1 High Court before Madam Justice Paula Guilford on June 16th. Crown Counsel Howard Pinnock, who prosecuted the matter on behalf of the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution, called 6 witnesses to support its case of non-capital murder. Andrew is being represented in court by attorneys Peter David and George Prime, who called 2 witnesses to give evidence to support the case for the defense. The sworn testimony of these witnesses, along with the unsworn statement of the murder-accused man, has given rise to several legal issues surrounding the circumstances that led to the victim's death, including provocation, self-defense, and accidental. The trial judge is expected to address these issues when she sums up the case on Monday, before sending the jury off to deliberate on a verdict. Andrew was 33 years old when he was arrested and charged in connection with Floyd Olive's killing, and has been on remand at the Richmond Hill prison since then. Floyd Olive was stabbed in the left side of his chest with a knife at an entertainment club in La Mode during the early morning hours of February 23, 2019. The autopsy results revealed that he died because of a puncture wound to the heart. For GBN News, I'm Nisha Paul.
In May of this year, a 62-year-old man was found guilty of causing the fire that destroyed the historic Douglaston Estate, Buchan, in May 2020. And in just over 2 weeks, he will know his fate. Adrian Peter Henry is scheduled for sentencing by Madam Justice Paula Guilford at the St. George's No. 1 High Court on July 31. Here's another update from Nisha Paul.
Adrian Peter Henry, also known as Susie in the Douglaston community, faces a maximum penalty of life imprisonment for the indictable offense of arson. The 62-year-old was slapped with 2 counts of arson in connection with the early morning fire that engulfed the Coco Buchan and Watchman's house at the Douglaston Estate, St. John, on May 18, 2020. However, he was only found guilty of 1 count of arson and not guilty of the other by a jury of his peers at the end of his trial in May. The Coco Buchan and Watchman's house were destroyed along with a quantity of cocoa beans belonging to the Grenada Cocoa Association, a loss estimated at over $900,000. The 300-year-old historical plantation, which measured 600 acres, was owned by the Branch family and offered a unique ecotourism experience. The estate employed about 15 people at the time of the fire, including the now convicted man who worked as a laborer and lived on the estate. In a recent interview with GBN, former General Manager John Branch recalled that Henry was often seen displaying uncontrollable behavior after consuming alcohol. Branch, who was satisfied with the conviction, confirmed plans to seek legal advice on the process that must be followed to seek compensation for their losses. He is also optimistic that the structure can be restored to its former glory.
I haven't got the money to do that kind of construction and rehabilitation now. It would be nice if some good soul or win the lottery or something. And because, Douglaston is a unique enterprise. Most of the tourists, the cruise ship tourists, used to visit there and were quite satisfied with what we had to offer. And the general history of the place, it would be good if it could be restored.
Attorney Jerry Edwin is providing legal counsel for Henry, who has been on remand at the Richmond Hill prison since his arrest just over 3 years ago. For GBN News, I'm Nisha Paul.
The boat building tradition continues on the sister isle of Carriacou. Let's see what's on the other side of the GBN ISO lens.
Residents of the Sister Isles are keeping the traditions associated with boat building alive. Over the weekend, scores of supporters gathered along the shore in Windward as the newly built Windward Pride was launched. Boat launching is a traditional event in the boat building community of Windward, Carriacou. The launch was accompanied by singing, dancing, lots of eats and drinks, and the blessing of the boat. Traditional boat building is unique to Carriacou and has been a staple to the way of life of the people. It lends to trade, commerce, fishing, racing, and leisure, making it an exceptional tourism product of Grenada. We thank our ISA reporter for that submission. Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp at 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
Stay with us after the break. Third cohort of the Director's Education and Accreditation Training Program to begin on Monday.
What you gonna do when the rain is coming down? Nothing more to do when there's no one else around. Bring it back to the middle of the bush. Take it back to the rhythm. Keep it up for good when the sky's falling down. All you gotta do is to bring it to the ground. Speed it up to your inner move. Stop, start, down. Nobody can get what you're going through.
What does it take to be an amazing woman? Lots of me time. Amazing women are classy, fancy, and a little sassy. It's the drink for me. Cheers! Sometimes you've got to show them who's boss. Alpha male? Nah, alpha females are more amazing. Cheers to securing the bag. We make time for ourselves, for work, friends, and we certainly make time for passion. We're simply amazing. Amazing cream liqueur for the amazing woman in you.
Rubigas, clean, safe, and reliable LPG is the perfect solution for your commercial and everyday needs. For cooking at home or barbecuing, choose Rubigas LPG cylinders. Available in a variety of sizes from 20 to 100 pound cylinders. Rubigas LPG, clean, safe, reliable. Are you cooking with Rubigas? Rubis, get going.
And so it begins, a journey like none other. Every moment has the potential to be unforgettable. Bring home a piece of the tropical green forest with every emerald. Capture the sparkling light of flawless water in a diamond. Make the sunrise and sunsets last forever. With precious colored gemstones, the essence of happiness is in our most precious memories. So, when it all comes to an end, bring home something that will last forever. Colombian Emeralds International. Bring home more than a memory.
A whole new level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
The NLA is giving you
more chances to multiply your Playway winnings by adding Multi-X to your regular Playway bets to win up to 5 times more. Imagine winning as much as $1,200 instead of $240 with a $10 Playway bet by simply adding Multi-X. Place your Playway bets from $1 to $10 or in increments on your favorite Playway symbols or numbers. Then add the Multi-X option at the same value to win 2 times, 3 times, 5 times more, or free plays. With Multi-X, you must bet the same amount wagered on your regular Playway bets for your winnings to be multiplied. Grenadians, value your dreams and win your way as much as 5 times more with Multi-X added to Playway and watch your money grow. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Paying is faster and easier with Flow FastPay. Use your MasterCard or Visa and pay from anywhere. Log on to discoverflow.co/fastpay and press Consumer. Select your country and enter your account number. Enter the amount to be paid and an email address. Enter your credit card information. You'll receive a payment confirmation with the transaction details, along with a receipt to your email address. It's fast, safe, and easy. Flow, keeping you connected.
Network News, welcome back. The Grenada National Disability Assessment Draft Report Sensitization and Validation Workshop brought stakeholders together earlier this week to examine the disability assessment report that will most likely guide the formulation of a national disability policy. Christina John has this report.
The draft disability assessment report of Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique is based on a qualitative study conducted in 2020 into 2021 and a quantitative survey in 2023 by the University of the West Indies. The aim is for stakeholders, including the Caribbean Development Bank, the Ministry of Social and Community Development and Gender Affairs, the Central Statistical Office, the National Council for the Disabled, among others, dissect the findings and make worthwhile policy recommendations. Professor Audrey Henry Lee said the project is significant to the University of the West Indies. It is hoped that the findings will also guide the formulation of Grenada's national disability policy.
It's a very important project for us at the University of the West Indies, as we are keen to contribute to the formulation, implementation, monitoring, and evaluation of policies that reduce the vulnerability of marginalized groups in the Caribbean region. We kindly ask that all participants in the consultative sessions critically discuss the findings and suggest short-term, medium-term, and long-term policy recommendations that will reduce the vulnerabilities that persons with disabilities face in Grenada.
Dr. Warren Benfield, economist and CDB team, said this project, funded by the Caribbean Development Bank, have over the years identified the needs and mobilized resources to enhance policies and technical capacity of 4 Caribbean islands, namely St. Lucia, Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago, and Grenada.
The conduct of disabilities assessment and policy dialogue is designed to help this tri-island state design, implement, monitor, and evaluate evidence-based programs that mainstream disability through the availability of quantitative and qualitative data on disabilities. Strategic priority areas for program and support and policy guidance have been defined based on findings from this Technical Assistance Initiative.
Minister with responsibility for social and community development, Senator Gloria Thomas, said they are aware that people with disability are capable of making valuable contributions to national development. However, they are not meaningfully represented in our socio-economic landscape.
Government of Grenada recognizes there is a critical need to strengthen social services provision and social protection for persons with disabilities, which in turn will support the implementation of the Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities, which was signed in 2010 and ratified in 2014. Our commitment to the foundational pillars of the Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disability, further embedded in 2009 National Sustainable Development Plan 2020-2025, which acknowledges the need to expand and enhance support services for people with disabilities. The assessment sets the stage for the development of a national disability policy and action plan, which is poised to establish the institutional and legislative framework needed to strategically implement the Convention on the Rights of the People with Disability nationally.
Christina John, GBN News.
The story to report. 25 directors of statutory bodies and state-owned enterprises will benefit from the third cohort of the Directors Education and Accreditation Training Program. This is what we can tell you. The training will be held from July 17 to 19 at the Trinidad Room at the Radisson Grenada Beach Resort from 8:30 in the morning. Now, the aim is to provide directors with the necessary skills that will help them better perform their duties. Samantha Antoine Purcell, member of the TAMCC Council, Algernon Belfon, Director, Grenada Ports Authority, and Merrill Roberts Marichaud, Director, Child Protection Authority, are among the participants of the upcoming training. We can tell you, too, they shared their expectations for the 3-day program.
But it's certainly the first time I've been exposed to training that will better equip me to deliver on the skills necessary for excellent directorship. So when I think of the training that will happen with this third cohort, if we're going to serve on boards, and we are serving on boards, then we ought to be trained so that we can do the best job that we can. Governance it's not just about sitting down once a month to think about what's happening in the business and where money should go and who should be fired or hired and those kinds of things, but it's about all the critical decisions that the boards offer for oversight for those operations and these institutions. So for me, understanding these roles even better will certainly help not just TAMCC and the level of directorship we give to the TAMCC Council, but any of the boards I will serve in the future as well.
I've had the opportunity to begin to peruse the course material that we've received in preparation for the upcoming program. And it's very, very insightful, very extensive. It provides information and a wide range of applications that are necessary for operations on the boards. In fact, in reviewing the course material, I was very excited because not only did it empower me to be able to prepare for the upcoming course, but even today, this morning, I was able to use some of the information provided just in the execution of my day-to-day duties.
And I expect that this training would allow boards as a whole to recognize where maybe they're not functioning as effectively, help us to recognize the areas we need to focus on, help us to recognize where we are performing maybe a little weak, and so we can strengthen those areas. Maybe help us also to see areas that we have not been given attention to, that we need to give attention to. It should probably clarify the roles of the board as a whole, the responsibilities of directors as individuals. And so the long run is that the boards would function better. We would manage, we would govern the organizations that we govern, we would govern them better. And with this improvement in our governing of institutions, we expect that the institutions themselves would become better functioning bodies.
All right, stay with us. The sports news coming up in a while. Team Grenada is off to NACAC Championships. We'll be back.
At NIS, we are dedicated to continuously improving our services and meeting the evolving needs of Grenadians. To achieve this, we are implementing important changes to the contribution rate and pensionable age. The contribution rate will be gradually increased each year until it reaches 16% in 2031. This contribution will continue to be divided between you and your employer. In addition, the pensionable age will move from 60 to 65 years. This increase will also gradually reach 65 by 2029. Pensioners will still have the option to claim a pension at a reduced rate before age 65. If you have any questions about how these changes will affect you and your family, please contact our informational hotline at 440-6647 or visit www.nisgrenada.org. Stay connected for more updates from NIS, your trusted Social Security provider.
When you need your prescription filled or you require non-prescribed medication, supplements, or all your personal needs, visit Gittins Healthcare at locations on Wall Street, Grand Anse, Victoria Street, Granville, and Central Deputy Street, Wall. Gittins Healthcare aims to provide an exceptional personalized pharmacy experience. Additionally, children under 5 and adults 55 years and over will enjoy 10% discount on purchases of $20 and over on prescription medication. Stop settling for less. Visit Gittins Healthcare, where your health is our priority.
Do you know, when you play the games of the National Lotteries Authority, you are supporting sports, culture, and nation building in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit-Martinique?
Hi, I am Junior Murray, cricket coach, sports enthusiast, and a former West Indies cricketer. I endorse the games of the NLA 100%. For the past 40 years, the NLA has been funding many sporting activities, including competition for schools and clubs, and for athletes to participate in overseas tournaments such as the Carifta Games and the regional cricket tournaments. For those reasons, I play the game of the NLA. Even if I do not win, I know Grenada always wins.
Yes, when you play all the games, the NLA in turn supports sports, culture, and nation-building activities throughout the Tri-Island state.
Hello sporting fans, a complement of 4 athletes will represent Grenada at the 2023 edition of the North American, Central American and Caribbean Athletics Association NACAC Championships, set for Saturday and Sunday in the Dominican Republic. The 2 male and 2 female athletes will compete in the under-15 category of the championships. The under-15 quartet comprises Kayla Christopher of St. David's Track Blazers, Rachel Etienne of 473 MVP, as well as Shaim Phillip and Nigel Abram and Nicole Abram of Classic Lighting Caribbean South City Rising Stars. They will attempt to outdo their competitors in 6 events. The 4 athletes who left Grenada on Thursday, July 13, are accompanied by manager Kathleen Victor and team coach Lee Coffey. We can move on to this story now. Saturday, July 15, will be an action-packed day for netballers across Grenada. Their counterparts from the sister Isle of Carriacou will join them for Saturday's activity at the River Road Hard Court as the first phase of the Netball Grenada Netball Festival climaxes. After 7 weeks of intense training, the netballers will be afforded the opportunity to display their skills on the court. Liebert Alexander is the president of Netball Grenada.
From the initial stage of the grassroots program, we would have had something like 125 participants in the event, and gradually it would have grown through the process when it would have started. So hoping to see a massive turnout, and not just a turnout with the numbers that we are basically having at present, but also to, you know, we look at this activity to pull and to draw more young persons into the program. So by next year we have a great amount of persons participating to enhance the netball, the sport netball in Grenada.
Novak Djokovic reached the Wimbledon men's singles final for the fifth successive year with a dominant win in the last 4 sets over Jannik Sinner. Second seed Djokovic won 6-3, 6-4, 7-6, 7-4 against the Italian 8th seed, leaving him 1 victory away from a record equaling 8th men's title. The 36-year-old Serb could also earn a record equaling 24th major title. Djokovic will play Spanish top seed Carlos Alcaraz or Russian 3rd seed Daniil Medvedev in Sunday's final. Wish them the best. All right, that's the sports news for now. We begin in Guyana. Starting in September, the Ministry of Education there will introduce a strict multi-tiered verification process to assess students' eligibility to attend primary schools based on existing policy. This decision is in response to the issue of overcrowding in schools, as many parents are seeking to have their children enrolled in their preferred schools. The implementation of this process aims to address the challenges posed by overcrowding and ensure a fair and efficient system for school admissions. HGP TV's Renata Burnett tells us more.
During the recently held National Grade 6 Assessment Ceremony, Chief Education Officer CEO Saddam Hussein provided updates on how his office has addressed the issue of overcrowding at Graham's Hall Primary School. The Grade A school, which is located on the East Coast Corridor, has in excess of 300 students above its capacity. This deplorable state of affairs is responsible for many underlying issues currently facing the institution.
We began by doing a first round of verification to ensure that the students who are found are living within the catchment of that school.
The students have been given 3 options as short-term solutions: to go to a second location, attend a school in proximity to their homes, or use a temporary arrangement at the school.
We recognize that parents may not have the necessary resources to move the students across, and so we offered the students, the parents, a uniform allowance so that they could procure new uniforms for whichever school they were going. We met with the parents. Parents said that they were not satisfied with the round of verification that we did. We did a second round of verification. And so they were about 40 students who would have taken another location.
Come September, a multi-tiered verification process will be implemented to guide the procedure of admission.
Secondly, the intake for Graham's Hall will be less this year in an effort to reduce the number of students in classes.
Moreover, the CEO reminded that the ministry has no rule that states a child must be placed in proximity to their parents' place of work.
The government can continue with the operationalization of the Trinidad and Tobago Revenue Authority, TTRA. This as the Court of Appeal refused to overturn a judge's decision to deny an injunction to delay the government's plan to introduce the TTRA next month.
The judgment was delivered on Tuesday. It dismissed the appeal which was brought by the Public Services Association, PSA, through one of their members, Teresa Dore. Ms. Dore, who is a customs officer, said certain segments of the legislation are unconstitutional as it will interfere with the terms and conditions of employment of public servants currently assigned to the Inland Revenue Division and Customs and Excise Division. The lawsuit focused on Section 18 of the legislation that was proclaimed by President Christine Kangaloo on April 24th. Section 18 allows members of the public service the option of joining the TTRA. The Act establishes the TTRA to replace the Board of Inland Revenue and the Customs and Excise Division.
Further afield, the NATO summit came to an end with members saying that Ukraine was closer than ever to becoming a member of the alliance. But amid the support was some tension in response to a question by Sky News. More in this report.
He was the UK's pick to be the next head of NATO. That's not to be, but the Defence Secretary still made headlines at a summit of allies. Speaking off-camera to journalists, he said he told Ukraine the UK was not an Amazon-style delivery service for weapons. Sky News asked the Ukrainian president about the remarks.
Ben Wallace also had some advice for Kyiv as you keep on asking for more and more weapons and support, and that was that people want to see gratitude. How do you respond to that? Do you think you're not being grateful enough?
I believe that we were always grateful to the UK. We were always grateful to the Prime Minister, or to Prime Ministers and the Minister of Defence, because the people in the United Kingdom have always supported Ukraine. We're grateful for this.
He asked his Defence Minister to extend some words of gratitude.
And you have to call him, please, today.
Ben Wallace wasn't being critical about a lack of gratitude. He was really making the point that Ukraine needs to think carefully about the political reality in certain countries where there are people that need persuading to keep up the support.
The Prime Minister seemed to distance himself from the comments.
I know President Zelensky has repeatedly expressed his gratitude to me and to the British people, and indeed other allies as well. He did it very movingly in Parliament when he was in the UK earlier this year.
Welcome to you, Vladimir. It's great to have you here.
Volodymyr Zelensky was welcomed by NATO for the first time as an equal. He wants full membership, but that's impossible while Ukraine's at war. Instead, allies meeting in the Lithuanian capital rallied around with new pledges of support.
When Putin and his craven lust for land and power unleashed his brutal war in Ukraine, he was betting NATO would break apart. He was betting NATO would break. He thought our unity would shatter at the first testing. He thought democratic leaders would be weak, but he thought wrong.
It's why what Britain's Defence Secretary says matters. He's ultimately warning about the very real risk of war fatigue and the need to stay strong.
We'll remind you of the headlines when we return. reminder of the headlines. Collapsed, dilapidated building causes traffic buildup on the Carenage. National Carnival Queen Pageant Committee Chair resigns with immediate effect amid preparations for staging the event on August 6. Police investigating another suspected homicide in Telescope, St. Andrew. Health officials say no suspected or confirmed cases of monkeypox detected in Grenada. Also in the broadcast, regionally, Ghana's Education Ministry aims to prevent overcrowding in schools. Internationally, NATO summit ends amid division and opposition. Plus in the sports news, Team Grenada is off to NACAC Championships in the Dominican Republic. We wish members of the team all the best. I'm Kenroy, Baptiste. That's all from us in the GBN newsroom. Have a safe and great weekend. We'll see you again very soon. Good night.